And here we are getting ready for Canadian Grand Prix, our 7th race of this season. And once again starting from pole position. Now you can see there's an 89% chance of rain. We are scheduled to go for option prime option, however it kinda depends when the rain comes. If it comes near our first pit stop, that would be great. If it comes later in the race, then we just have to go for the strategy that we think is the best. But there's no telling, we're just starting with option tires and we'll see when the rain comes. Looks like there's nothing interesting for us. We're starting in 3rd place. Hamilton second, our teammate 18, 5 red lights, and here we go. The start of the Canadian Grand Prix. As Hamilton gets actually really good start, or I get an extremely poor start, one of the two. He gets around me but can't quite get the overtake done. And we're just running away at this point. Right now, first sector is the one that I'm really good at.
Weather report suggests light rain in approximately 10 minutes.
10 minutes! Light rain in 10 minutes! Which means it's going to happen. It's going to be happening around the first pit stop. As we are now seeing, Hamilton is actually really on to us. We might have a little bit of a problem against Hamilton. On lap 5 we can see Hamilton once again going for the inside. He actually bumps us in the back, and raindrops are coming down.
We might be getting light rain in a few minutes. Light rain.
Light rain in few minutes. Well, it's already raining. You can just see that few little raindrops are actually coming down already. Just showing it there once again. Taking all of our engine on lap 6, trying to keep Hamilton behind us, but no, can't quite get the job done, and Hamilton actually gets the move down on us. I think that's the second time I've ever been overtaken in a, in just a straight. Without just overtaken, not including the pits. But here we go. It's lap 7. We are trying to keep up with Hamilton with lean mix 1 because the traction here is incredibly poor if you're just behind someone. Now dive bombing inside. Can't quite get the job done because there's bent. He gets the inside line for that one. Moving to mix 2 so we can actually get some of our engine done. And Hamilton just brake checks us there. Hamilton brake checks us, and we get a warning because of that. Normally in 2030 I would have gotten a penalty. Not quite sure what Hamilton was thinking. Maybe he has had some kind of a problem.
We're starting to see light rain out on track. It's starting to rain.
And it's starting to rain. It's been raining for a few laps, so it doesn't really matter. We are actually scheduled to come in on lap 10. We can see Hamilton is in 4th place, so he has some kind of a problem. We don't know what exactly, but Vettel actually tried to overtake us with the DRS, but he's coming into the pits. He might be going for another set of options. I've decided to stay out on track. Just try to make these tires last for as long as possible until we have to go for intermediates. Just because I don't want to take that extra pit stop.
It's starting to rain. It's just light at the moment, but if it worsens we'll need to switch to inters or wet.
And it's starting to rain. It's really starting to rain. So thanks to that team message, I actually come in and get a new set of intermediates. I think I'm the first car to do that. First car to make the pit stop for intermediates. Vettel is going to go past me, probably Ricardo as well, so we might come third out of the pits, but we have intermediate, so they have to stop for one more time, meaning that I should have around 50-second lead at this point. So there goes Vettel. Right beside me is Ricardo, and no traction. I just don't have any traction on these tires. And Hamilton gets the job done on me, but can't quite keep it inside. I cut the corner, but I don't get a corner warning. And yeah, I think I pitted one lap too early, because you can see my tire temperatures are skyrocketing. They are going really hot, which indicates that I have a wrong set of tires. I should have come maybe this lap on last lap, or maybe this lap was the best time to come into the pits, because I just have no grip on the first sector. But once we actually get to the second sector, it's actually raining here, so this is where my tires will shine. So I think I pitted one lap too early because the first lap I had no traction, the first sector, but here on lap 15 I actually have traction. Once again I cut the last corner, avoided the world champion though, and we can see everyone else is pitting, meaning that we now have around 12-second gap to the car behind, which is Vettel once again.
We think there's a chance of heavy rain in 15 minutes time. 15 minutes.
Oh, heavy rain. 15 minutes to heavy rain, so that's gonna be at the end of the race. Somewhere over there. At the end of the race. Lap 22.
Weather report suggests heavy rain in approximately 15 minutes.
So, a few laps later it's still 15 minutes, so I can't tell when it is.
Looking at the radar, it looks like the weather is going to get worse. Heavy rain in around 10 minutes.
And now the rain is coming up on lap 10. As we can see, the track is getting worse. I completely cut the corner, can't get the car to turn, and tire temperatures are low.
Track conditions are really bad. Head in and fit the wet compound if you need it.
And there's the confirmation. Lap 27, the weather is so bad we have to go for wet tires. And Vettel actually retired from the session. Not sure what happened to him, but 19 guys racing. I'm the first one, well, not the first one, but the first guy on the same lap to actually get tires changed, and I think the Mercedes are, yep, they are following me behind me. So lap 27. Lap 28, nothing interesting happened, but there was one thing that actually did happen that actually pissed me off. And you can quite clearly see the game lags, and then it crashed. Luckily I made a mid-session save on lap 27, so I didn't lose too much time. So the only thing I had to do was pit again and do one lap, and hopefully not have the game to crash. The reason it crashed was that Nvidia decided to up my graphics to full potential all of a sudden in the middle of the game, which caused the frame rate to drop to like 2, and then it just crashed. So lap 35, this is the last lap. Once again I decided to show an onboard camera lap. Wet tires, and yep. The gap to Rosberg was actually closing in. He was closing in 5 seconds, but once again, thank for my luck, the race just ended after this lap. Maybe 1 or 2 laps more and he could have probably overtaken me. The AI is just really fast on wet conditions. As now coming to the hairpin, the back straight, here's Kobayashi getting lapped. And the only thing to worry about at this point is the final S-bend and the Wall of Champions. The same wall where I crashed 2 years ago, well, in 2012, and rather nicely, not taking any chances. I'm coming across the line right now to win my 6th race in a row.
Great drive, great drive. You dominated the whole weekend. Pole and the race win. Fantastic.
Oh, that was kind of an interesting race. Once I heard it was going to be raining, I just tried to save my option tires as much as I can. Because I didn't wanna change to another option set, because I knew if I did, I would just change to intermediates about 2 laps later, so I changed to intermediates maybe a lap or 2 bit early, so I lost time on the first sector, but otherwise I was pretty much flying, and then the race was pretty much finished at that point. It was after that it was save tires and see if you can make it to the end. And once I switched to, actually this what happened. Once I switched into wet tires, 1 lap later the game crashed because the video went bleh. I decided to put the game into optimal settings, which crashed the whole game. So, but luckily I didn't lose much. I just had to do the pit stop twice. So, just 1 lap earlier I made a mid-session save, and thank God for that. And then it was just stay ahead of Rosberg, and I did. Actually, I don't know what happened to Hamilton earlier. I don't know why, but I like the penalty system in this game. That's one thing they got right in this game. The penalty system. I didn't get screwed over because Hamilton had some kind of technical difficulty. And once Vettel he disappeared. It's a technical problem, I think. Once he was gone, I knew I was going to win. 6 wins in a row out of 7. That is ridiculous. And here, 8:15, I got a minor collision penalty. Just warning, because I hit the back of Hamilton. I wonder why Hamilton could get a warning, because he did just bump into my right rear tire. But anyway, the biggest winner here today, Fernando Alonso for 14th to no scratch that. Wait, yeah, Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa. Alonso from 14th to 6th because he had the 10th place grip penalty for practice, and Massa from 17th to 9th, and the biggest loser Gutierrez, I think, unless I can see someone else out here. Vettel of course, but he didn't finish, so that doesn't count. So Gutierrez from 9th to 14th, and the golden pineapple goes to Roman Grosjean.
You're still first in the Drivers' Championship. You're doing an excellent job.
Yep. Leading the World Championship by a mile, and Constructors' Championship we are tied with Mercedes. I'm pretty much bringing all the points, and I need to hope that Chenso brings like 4 points per race, and if he finishes, that is, because he's had a lot of technical problems. And it looks like Lotus, Sauber and the back markers don't have any points. And here's the Toro Rosso actually have points as well, so good for them. Anyway, 7 races, 3 of them on wet weather. Well, actually 1 of them on wet weather, 2 of them in changed conditions, and 6 wins in a row. Unbelievable streak.